I'm so scared of people judging me, but mainly I'm so scared of myself judging me. So then I basically would just post, not rewatch the video. And I'm like, hopefully this will do good. Hopefully people like it.
Spencer Barbosa is a powerhouse content creator, actress, and entrepreneur known for spreading self-love and confidence to millions.
Bursting onto the scene at 12 years old, she started her career as one of the hosts on family channels We Are Savvy. She now inspires fans on TikTok, YouTube, and IG with empowering messages, lifestyle tips, and unfiltered realness, and is bringing that same energy as the host of the brand new body-positive docu-reality show, Flawed.
Whether she's dropping confidence bombs or running her self-love brand, Spencer's all about helping people live a good life in their own skin and having a blast doing it.
There's nothing wrong with you. You're not a self-improvement project. You don't have to change everything about yourself all the time. Loving yourself is not being mean to yourself, not bullying yourself, and not constantly tearing yourself down.
Spencer Barbosa is a powerhouse content creator, actress, and entrepreneur known for spreading self-love and confidence to millions. We're talking about Instagram at 3.1 million, TikTok 11 million, YouTube 2.81 million.
I mean, no big deal. Casual. Bursting onto the scene at 12 years old, she started her career as one of the hosts on family channels We Are Savvy. She now inspires fans on TikTok, YouTube, and IG with empowering messages, lifestyle tips, and unfiltered realness, and is bringing that same energy as the host of the brand new body-positive docu-reality show, Flawed.
Whether she's dropping confidence bombs or running her self-love brand, Spencer's all about helping people live a good life in their own skin and having a blast doing it. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you. I feel like that's the most crazy intro ever. I didn't even know that was about me. I was like, oh my God.
All about you.
What is going on?
Oh, wow.
I'm like, these compliments keep on coming.
Should we go on?
We love you. We love everything that you do on social media. And we were talking about this because we've been in television for over, 10, 15 years.
20 plus.
And we're learning this world of content creator. And you are essentially the definition of what it means to be a creator.
Like a successful creator who is, living in their, truth, I suppose is what you want to say, and sharing that with people. So, I think that's such an interesting thing because coming from a world where we're presenting other people's stories a lot, but oftentimes, not to say that things are fabricated, but you want to present the best version of something all the time. What you're doing here and what you're talking to people about is like, no, this is life. On your bad days, you're great. On your good days, you're great. Keep going. And you're bringing this community of people in with you and bringing them up. How did you know that this is something that you wanted to do?
I think that I grew up in the era of watching YouTube videos where everyone was like so perfect all the time.
Yeah.
The photos were like so over edited, or it was like the Tumblr Visco photos. And my life was not aesthetic the way that I saw it online all the time.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I can't be the only girl that's not aesthetic. So I wanted to just honestly share the not aesthetic parts of my life. And I always saw everyone's Instagram as like a highlight reel. And then I'm like, what could be not the opposite of a highlight reel, but where someone could watch it and not like feel horrible about themselves? Because I noticed every time I got off my phone, I'm like, wow, I don't look like that girl, or my Instagram feed's not perfect like that. I'm not traveling like that girl. It was just like a constant comparison. So I basically just wanted to create an account where people could go to and just leave feeling better and not leaving and like throwing their phone and be like, okay, I hate myself now.
So do you think comparing is still a problem? Do you think do you go on social media and look at someone and say, this bothers me? Or do you go now, because I've changed that narrative, we've talked about this, where I said, why did I start following this person? It's because they inspired me in some way or another, and try to see where their journey's going and say, maybe I could do that too. But do you feel that still?
I feel like just as a girl, I'm always going to like compare myself to everyone. Like that's inevitable, I feel like, but definitely my Instagram is more curated, where I only follow people that I like watching their content or I feel inspired by them, or I like them as a person, versus just looking at someone and being like, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful, I wish I looked like her. I'll follow a girl and actually like the content she's creating and feel better about myself. So I've definitely made my like feed a better place in what I'm watching. But it's always hard to like not compare yourself.
Yeah.
Even as a creator, I find now it's like I compare myself in a different way of being like, holy cow, I'm on the same brand trip with this girl, but she's posted 5 more times than me and her videos are so much better than me. And then I have to like sit down and be like, okay, but we're not the same person. Because if I posted the exact same content as this girl, there's gonna be 2 of the exact same thing online and nobody's gonna care. Do you know what I mean? Like we all bring different things to everything that we do, that I just have to like shut it down. I'll even sometimes compare myself and I'm like, okay, Spencer, shut up.
How do you
So
do
what do
that
you
for
do? So
yourself?
what do you do? Do you
Yeah.
just kind of just put the phone away? How do you do mentally take care of that situation?
I think instead of like putting myself down in the way of comparing myself to somebody else, I have to think, one, it's not fair to compare myself to someone else because that's kind of bringing her down in a way as well. And like, I'm a girl's girl. I'm not going to just like be mean to another girl. It's mean to myself. It's mean to the girl. So I have to just really think about all the things I bring to the table. So if I was like saying, oh, I didn't like my body because I was comparing it to another girl, I'll think about all the things I like about myself that have nothing to do with my body. Like there's just so much that honestly, I can confidently say like that I bring to the table that is nothing to do with what I look like. So why am I gonna like bring myself down based on that? So I feel like just kind of redirecting my brain a lot or throwing my phone at a wall and just being like, okay,
being like,
let's go
I'm done.
touch some
'Cause
grass.
I am done, right?
Book a Pilates
Right.
class, touch some grass, go outside. Like your phone is not the most important thing in the world.
But it's also and we know this from talking to so many people who are doing things similar to what you're doing in this space, is that it's this 24/7, 365 kind of deal. And one of the big struggles is like feeling confident enough to kind of put it away for a while.
Yeah.
Take a mental break. Give yourself that, like, touch grass.
Without feeling like guilty.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing is like I share so much online that if I stop sharing something, I'm like, oh my God, like people are gonna question things, like I'm letting people down. Like I just feel this constant guilt to post everything. And then I'm like, okay, I don't need to tell the internet literally everything. Like it got to a point where I feel like I was oversharing so much that I would like post if I had like a stomach ache. I'm like, okay, grow up. Like, you know what I mean? Like you don't need to tell everyone everything. They don't need to know everything. Or like I don't need to share every detail of my relationship with my boyfriend.
Right.
I don't need to tell everyone all the tea about me and my friends and their friendship. Like I can tell people things without telling them absolutely everything about myself.
So what is that line for yourself?
So hard because sometimes I cross that line. Like
Right.
I feel like as much as I could tell people advice about social media, I am still learning so much myself that even when you guys were doing like an intro, I'm like, holy shit, imposter syndrome. Like I still feel like I am 17 years old posting on YouTube and nobody's watching my videos. Like that's
Right.
still how it feels sometimes.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a line that I'm like, I want to be vulnerable with my posts and post about body image or like, oh my gosh, the first time I posted about like my back hair, I like threw my phone at a wall. I'm like, holy shit, this is so embarrassing. And then everyone loved it and everyone related because I thought I was the only person. So it's like finding that line of, okay, you're sharing enough and it's nice for people to know what's going on in your life or know about your friends, but they don't need to know, like you don't need to live stream your entire life. You know what I mean? I do have to have a life outside of social media.
Was there a post that you wanted to do but then decided not to because you thought it was too TMI or?
Honestly, this is probably like gross and just TMI. I feel like I just always talk about like my stomach ache, or I'll be like, oh my God. I'm like,
What
it's
did I
relatable.
eat
I'll be like
today?
IBS, like, oh my God.
I'm on my period right now, guys.
Yeah,
Don't
just be
mess
like,
with me.
I'm
I'm
having
in
the
a bad
worst period
situation.
of my life.
Yeah.
Like, and then I'm like, okay, Spencer, like, shut up.
But
you
like
know?
that's how you talk with your best friends, though, right?
Yeah,
Like,
because
when you're
that's
with
the
your
thing.
best-
Like,
yeah.
I honestly and truly believe that everyone that follows me online is my best friend, and I will tell them literally everything. I'm like, if a girl comes up to the street and they're like, "I follow you," like, tell me this. I'm like, I'll tell you. I'm an open book.
Have you had someone come up to you and then immediately be like, oh my gosh, this happened to me? Like, how often does that happen to you?
All the time?
Yeah.
Like it is amazing, and it's just like. I always say it's like instant sparks fly. Like we are immediately best friends as soon as someone comes up to me and like I've had people come to me and be crying and say that what I've posted has changed their life. I'm like, okay, I'm an empath. I'm gonna cry right now. Like, thank you so much. It's just, it is insane. Like social media is crazy.
So you realize the impact you're having.
Sometimes, but then like I'm saying, I feel 17 years old. I'm like, because I posted on YouTube since I was in grade 7 and I got no views except for my mother for like years, that now when people actually watch things, I'm like, what's going on? I feel like I understand a little bit, but also like, I can't fathom that. Like as much as I'm confident, I love my videos and I think that people would like to watch them, I'm still like, holy shit, people are watching.
So you still have a lot of moments where you step outside of yourself and go, I can't believe that this is my life right now.
For sure. Like, because everything happens so fast that even when I try and like think of memories in the last 5 years, I'm like, how was that 5 years? Like this has been my full-time job for almost 4 years now. And it was like, I was working at Dairy Queen, COVID happened. And then all of a sudden I blinked and I'm here. I'm like, what the heck?
Shout out Blizzards.
Take us
Shout
back
out
to that.
Dairy
Yeah, I
Blizzards.
know. Yeah. Let's talk Dairy Queen. Let's go back and talk about Sundays for a second. But that moment when COVID happened, a lot of people started going on social media and sharing their experiences, and you pivoted as well. But you were posting 3 to 5 times a day, and you were very consistent with it.
That has been the thing that I think changed my life the most, is just being consistent.
Yeah.
And like, was it embarrassing at first? For sure. Was it cringy? For sure. But like, I was 17 working at Dairy Queen. They said the world was practically ending. And I'm like, what do I have to lose? I'm never going to see anyone from my high school ever again because I wasn't going back to school.
Right.
I didn't get a grad. I didn't get a prom. I'm like, I'm literally never going to see these people again.
Yeah.
Why not post? Like, who cares?
Yeah.
And like, I'm so scared of people judging me, but mainly I'm so scared of myself judging me. So then I basically would just post, not rewatch the video. And I'm like, hopefully this will do good. Hopefully people like it.
Do you read the comments?
At the beginning, I read them a lot because it was like intriguing to hear what random people said about me, because I'm like, oh my gosh, 17 years old, I want validation. I'm like, give me something.
Yeah.
Tell me you like it, tell me you hate it. Like, I'll literally just listen to anything. I was like a little sponge. But then it got to a point where I was reading so many like mean comments that I'm like, okay, I don't want to read this anymore because I'm kind of starting to hate myself. And then now I read them because it's like, I think I've developed such tough skin in the way, like, I have read every bad thing anyone could say about me, that if you just say it again, it's come up with something else. It's not original.
Right.
Like, I've heard it all. You know what I mean? Even through, I think, doing acting when I was younger, there was so much rejection of like not getting a job, where I would be 13 years old, like praying that I would get this job. And then if I didn't get it, I'm like, what's wrong with me? Why didn't I get it? I would be so sad about it, that now it's like I have very thick skin.
Is that process, do you think, overall, in your experience, good or bad for a young person?
Like acting?
That process of like going through that hopefulness and rejection.
I would say it's good.
Yeah.
I think it really gave me thick skin, but I don't know if everyone wants thick skin.
You need
I'm
it.
like, I need
I think
it.
every girl
Yeah.
needs thick skin,
Yeah.
right? Especially at that age when you're putting
Yeah.
yourself out there. And for you to be able to find a space where you're taking negative comments and not letting you bother you,
Yeah.
that's a big achievement. I'm in my 40s and I still don't know how to do that, right? You look at it like, and you have all these positive comments, and there's that one
Yeah.
comment
Well,
that you
like,
hold on to.
My number one thing is that I would never take criticism from someone I don't want to trade places with. And I'm like, you're mean commenting on someone's post. Like, I don't want to be like you.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I would never have enough time in my day or enough energy to, first of all, not like someone's post enough to say something bad about them. But it's one thing to say it in your head, and then it's another thing to actually like say something, type it out, and like, you chose to press comment
Right?
publicly.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
so
to me.
wrong.
Yeah.
That's
Like, what are you
the
going
number
through?
one thing I would
Yeah.
never want to be is mean. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that is just mean.
I would love to see a study at some point down the line that shows the resilience of people who are 20 something in this era versus people who are like 40 something in this era. Because the things that you have to, that are shoved in your face constantly from even a younger age than you are now, from your teenage years, have to like steel you against the world in a way that we never had to be, you know, shored up against.
Yeah. Like we were taught to be grateful, right? Any opportunities that came our way. So we always stayed quiet.
Yeah.
Things were not going out, or mean comments. We're like, okay, that's okay. Just shove it to the side.
Yeah.
So we never dealt with it. And your generation, I feel so old saying this. Your
We say
generation,
it every time.
you guys
every
just like,
time.
we're going for this. And you have a way of speaking up for yourself.
Yeah.
Which is so beautiful. So thank you for what you do on social media, because like, you know, all these kids are looking up to you.
Yeah.
So it's
Thank
pretty
you.
impressive. So
Thank you.
thank you for that.
Well, I also want to show people like you can be a nice girl and still stand up for yourself.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when I stand up for yourself, I'm like, oh, but maybe I'm not being a nice girl because I'm like saying something back. But then I'm like, I can be a nice girl and love myself enough to acknowledge that like it's not right to say that about somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Very
I feel like I'm always trying to like be a nice people pleaser.
I gotta
right.
learn like,
I'm
I'm taking it all in.
You want a seminar
See,
for
listen, when I get a
yourself.
negative comment, I'm like, oh my God. But I'm like, I just have to let it go. I started blocking and I'm like, okay, this is helping.
Block is the best.
It's right.
Block
It's
is
really
the
the
best.
best.
But people, you're right. I don't get it. Okay, let's go to, do you
We're
remember your
gonna get
first
into the
post
game.
ever?
On Instagram or
On
TikTok?
Instagram.
Instagram.
If I went all the way, it's probably like a headshot for acting or something like that.
Yes.
Is it? Or like singing
This
maybe?
one is for Lindsay.
Oh.
Look how cute you
That is a
are.
baby.
The
That's like an
glasses.
infant. Yeah.
Do you remember the headshots are an interesting thing because you have someone who's like, all right, you got to stand over here, you got to touch your head this way. Da, da. Do you remember what it was like, this process of getting these photos taken?
Honestly, I'm going to admit that like I love being in front of the camera ever since I was little.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, that was everything to me.
So you were ready.
Oh my gosh. I'm for sure. I went to that photo shoot and I'm like, yeah.
You already rehearsed. This was just the show.
I was definitely looking in the mirror the day before and practicing my
Nice.
smile for sure.
So what's happening in 2014 at this point?
I probably just started acting.
Okay.
Because my grandpa did like backstage or what's it called?
Background?
Backstage acting. He did background acting and I always loved theater growing up.
Okay.
And then he said to my parents like, listen, you got to put this kid in acting. Like she loves it. Because I have always been like the drama queen princess of my family. Loved being in front of camera. So then I started like doing acting and my first job was hand modeling.
Oh, let's see.
I was a boy.
I mean, they can't
I was
hear
hands
it,
for a
but
boy. I was a 10-year-old boy's hands.
nice.
But at least I was in a commercial, is what I
Yeah,
told
right?
myself.
To be fair, today,
That's credit right there.
my hand modeling would be for an 80-year-old person. No disrespect,
can't even
but
look
I
at
did
it,
not
but-
moisturize today. Did not moisturize this morning.
So growing up, you wanted to be in theater or something in front of a camera.
Oh, I was like, I'm going to move to LA.
Yeah.
I'm going to be an actor. I'm going to be a star. Like
Yeah.
that's how
That was
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I like literally the two jobs I wanted to be was a princess or an actor. Like that was
Listen,
me.
we know for a fact that you can be both of those things at the same time.
That's right.
There
That's
we
right.
go.
Right. And you're doing it in a different way, but you're getting yourself there.
Yeah. It's
Now you have your
crazy.
own show.
It's insane.
Can we talk about Flawed?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
How did it start? What came through? And the name is perfect. How did it all begin for you?
Well, I actually worked with most of the crew and like producers on my show We Are Savvy when I was younger. So it's crazy. We're working together since I was 12 years old. Like I've known them forever. They're like my second moms, honestly. And then it was during COVID, we all had kind of like extra time and my account had really started to blow up then. And I was posting about body image and my insecurities and really trying to help other people be confident. And then I was talking to Jenny and she's like, this is one of the producers. She's like, holy cow, I have this idea. Why don't we make a TV show? So it's imagine like my 15-second TikToks, but as like a 10-minute series. I'm like, this is cool. Like I always wanted to be in a show. This is awesome.
Yeah.
So then we just started like bouncing ideas off of each other. And I grew up in the era of like makeover shows where girls would like take off their glasses, put makeup on, get a haircut, and everyone's like, holy cow, she was so ugly and now she's beautiful.
Right.
Like I grew up seeing that,
Yes.
honestly.
That-
or it'd be
yes.
like the YouTube videos of like a glow up, how to glow up before
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
So I thought, why don't we do a like makeover glow up show where you're not actually changing anything about what the person looks like on the outside, but you're just diving deeper onto what they look like on the inside, how they
Inside,
view
yeah.
themselves. Because I really learned just regardless of how much makeup I wear, if I lost weight, gained weight, what I was wearing, how my hair looked, if I didn't actually love myself on the inside, I'm always gonna think I'm ugly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? If I didn't do the inner work, I could put a full face of makeup on and still look at myself in the mirror and be like, yeah, but this is what's wrong with you. Do you
So
know what
how
I mean?
do you love yourself? That's a loaded question, but
How do you love yourself? It is the toughest journey ever. I'm like, even though I post about self-love, sometimes I wake up in the morning, I'm like, girl, this is not your day, you know? I think it's just about like, okay, the key to like loving yourself is just not hating yourself and not being so mean to yourself. Because I was my biggest bully and my biggest critic, and I would look at myself in the mirror for so long to the point that I feel like I looked like an alien. And I'd be like, I hate this about myself and pointing out so many bad things about myself instead of trying to think about the good. So I would say loving yourself, you're not going to wake up every day and think you're the best person in the world. And that's not loving yourself. Like I don't walk into every room and be like, oh, I'm the best person here. Because that's not confidence. That's just like having an ego. You know what I mean? Loving yourself is not being mean to yourself, not bullying yourself, and not constantly tearing yourself down. Like it is going to be a journey. I'm going to change. Like I'm not going to look the same forever. And my confidence has nothing to do with what I look like. It's how I act and like the energy I bring into a room. You know what I mean? Like people don't follow me online because they think I'm good looking. Like why am I putting so much emphasis on what I look like? They follow me because I use my voice, I have an impact, and I make other people feel good about themselves. Like people remember the way that you make them feel. They're not like when I die and it's my funeral, someone's not gonna be like, oh, Spencer, she had the nicest flat stomach ever. Like, I wish I could be like her. You know, like I'm not gonna die and people aren't gonna remember, oh my gosh, she had no stretch marks. That's crazy.
Right.
I'm gonna die and people are gonna be like, wow, she lit up this room. Like she brought so much energy and amazing vibes with her everywhere she went. So that's what I think about.
I think, Sankita, you're just gonna have a picture of your abs on your gravestone. You're like, just
Listen,
just my
after having
stomach,
2
please.
kids and I could get abs,
After
I'm like,
this
it's going to
hard
be
work.
there.
When you have a day when you're feeling like, when your negative voice is speaking louder than your positive voice,
Yeah.
how do you then go on camera and put out something that you feel is helpful to someone?
Because I feel like it's so real.
Yeah.
In the days that I feel like shit about myself, I wish I could watch someone's video of them being like, yeah, I feel horrible about myself, because it would just be relatable. That's the thing. Like, I just want to be real all the time. And it's so nerve-wracking to be vulnerable and actually like tell people how you feel about yourself. But if I just sit in a room and feel horrible about myself and talk to nobody about it, I'm just gonna like rot and fester, and that's just gonna get worse. So it's either I could talk to my mom about it, talk to my sister about it, my friends, or I could just post online and then we can all talk about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, just talk about it and then I can't hide behind it anymore.
You talked about you being your bully and you talking negative to yourself, and it always is a culprit to it. There's something always that for us, it was magazines to watching
something that initiates it.
Something is always there. What was that for you? Was it social media, or was it someone, or was it within your family or your friends that
Like my biggest bully, you're saying?
Yeah.
just picking on yourself, like, I don't look good. What was that made you feel that way?
For sure, I would say media.
Media.
Like growing up, the like TV shows I was watching, or the YouTube videos I was watching, the influencers I was following, and then I feel like I had a tough go through high school. I switched high schools halfway through because I was getting like really badly bullied because I was posting online and everyone's like, "Oh, you're so cringy. No one watches your videos. Like these suck." And people would play my YouTube videos out loud in class to make fun of me.
Wow.
And now I'm like, yeah, but they're DMing me.
Yeah.
Like you have to, I always say you have to be cringy before you're iconic.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna always make fun of you. And as long as it's not you making fun of you, who cares?
Who played it in your class?
I'm like, let me call you up by
name. I like that quote though, and I just heard it this week. Everything that you want is on the other side of cringe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? You got to go through it.
Yeah, you really do.
For us, it used to be, when I was studying acting in theater school and all that, it was like you have to fall on your butt. You have to learn how to fall on your butt in front of everybody before you can move on to that next thing. Because if you don't, it's always going to be hard for you.
Yeah.
For me, it was culturally, it was my grandma. She would always say, you have to look a certain way. You got to sit a certain way. You can't be this big. You can't wear this, And that got in my head at the age of probably 10 or 12, probably, right?
For sure.
And it's like, you have to keep yourself, and there's always that one thing. And that it took a lot of therapy for me to realize it was that moment.
Yeah.
My grandma was the one who pushed that narrative to me. But for you, it was social media. So it's interesting.
Well, I was yesterday when we were on the way to the screening for Flawed, I was in the car and I was thinking, and I was writing out like a little speech because I'm like terrified of public speaking, but I was like, I need to write this out.
Yeah.
And I was trying to think back to a time where I wasn't so concerned about my body. And I'm like, I couldn't even think about that time. How sad is that?
Right?
Like ever since I could remember, there was always so much emphasis on what I looked like. Always.
Always.
I'm like, I literally can't even remember a time where I wasn't stressed about what I looked like. And that to me is like heartbreaking.
It is.
That I'm like, oh my gosh. I can't, I can wait to have kids, but I'm like, I can't wait until I'm raising daughters and just be like, it doesn't matter. I don't want them to be so concerned about their body all the time. It's exhausting. And there's so much more.
It's so interesting you say that too, because what I went through too, I still kind of, I don't realize I'm doing it, but I will be in the house and I'll wear a proper jacket, or I'll we're going for an event. We have to look a certain way. And I'm still pushing that narrative on my kids, but not saying it to them.
Yeah.
So they're seeing it with what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, is it wrong or right? I don't know. But it's an interesting way that we just continue that narrative, which we should stop. But how do you do it? It's a really okay. Let's go into the photos. I'm gonna start crying. Okay.
So you can go ahead and pick anything from the table.
Okay. Why am I nervous? Is this a good one to pick?
Ah.
Oh, cute. I should have one.
So how old were you? This is We Are Savvy, right?
This
Family
is We Are
channel?
Savvy, yeah. This was the most insane thing that ever happened to me, honestly. I still have a core memory of remembering that when I booked We Are Savvy. This is the most insane thing ever. This is when I did my first hosting acting job. I always did commercials or I'm saying hand modeling. This was big. And I was playing Spencer, and I remember being so excited for this moment. Being on set for my own show was insane.
How did you feel every day before you were filming? When you get up in the morning and know that you had a shoot day, knowing how excited you were for this gig, What was the mix of emotions that you remember about getting ready to get into studio and start filming?
Oh my gosh, it's kind of sad, but I feel like I put so much pressure on myself, and I'm like, I need to memorize every single thing perfectly. Like I would be crazy, like practicing my script all the time, again and again and again, because I'm like, I needed to prove to the people there that I deserve to be there. Like that's how it constantly felt. And like looking back is all positive memories of this. I don't look back and be like, oh, this was
good.
so
Yeah.
sick. Like
Yeah.
it was the most amazing cast and crew ever. That I'm like, it was such an amazing experience and definitely taught me so much confidence. Like even being in front of a camera now, like I'm not shy in front of a camera, you know what I mean? And I was definitely, like I liked acting, but I was so nervous to be there that this taught me everything about being in front of a camera and like my confidence for sure. And I was the youngest girl on the show.
How old were you?
Like I started when I was 12 or 12 and a half.
Yeah.
Like that's, now when I think about that, I'm like, that's a baby.
Yeah.
Baby.
It really is.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely grew so much in the show, and there was 2 seasons. So by the time it was over, I think I would be 16. So that's like 4 years of my life.
Your grandpa must have been really happy.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
You had family members watching every episode.
Oh my gosh,
commenting
yeah.
and-
My mom was like literally there every day, so excited.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I remember we had like our own little party at my house for all like my family and friends to watch the show for the first time. And that was like the first, I would say like milestone ever in my career. And then since then it's just like,
Her career started at 12.
yeah.
Listen.
Impressive.
Sometimes
She's
when I think
impressive.
about that,
Yeah.
now I'm
Crazy.
like, I was working when I was 12 years
You
old.
don't
Yeah,
know.
she's like, I'm
My
a
kids are like,
veteran
I don't
of
want a
the
job. I'm like, I was
industry.
working at 12.
Yeah, when I was your age. Okay,
Yeah.
pick another one.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, insane.
Yes.
Like, what a switch up.
Hi.
Like,
Yeah, this is a
Crazy.
moment right here.
Yeah.
Also, very Barbie appropriate.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah,
very
yeah.
crazy.
So, what's the feeling like? Like, what is going through you at this moment in time, standing beside our Canadian, well, one of
Mr.
our
Gus.
greatest
yeah,
lions?
I'm like, I was like shitting myself. Like, this
Yeah.
was insane. Like, oh my gosh. First of all, I've always loved Barbie.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, I was like a pink princess girly girl growing up. So I always loved Barbie. And just like, this was the most surreal moment ever. I practiced what I was going to say like 40 times. And I remember I asked them like, if Ken had a job, what would his job be? And they're like, the job is beach. And I'm like, no, I'm like, give me more. But this was the most insane moment. This was like my first big pink carpet that I walked. I went the day before to buy my outfit, and I was like stressed running around the Eaton Center trying to find something that was super Barbie. This was crazy. Like honestly, looking at that, this is probably one of the most like monumental moments for my
Do you have it framed?
career. I don't. I
Well, you should take
should
this
get
and
it
frame
framed.
I
it.
really
Yeah.
should. I'm like, this
For
was
sure.
insane. And he was so nice.
Yeah,
Yeah. Did he
he's
smell
a
good?
really nice guy.
Did he smell good?
Yeah.
Of course.
Of course.
I'm like, look at him. Do you think
I
he
know.
smells bad? Like,
So what? How did you ask him to take a picture? Or you just said,
I was like, can we please take a picture together? And I remember I took like a video and made it slow-mo where he was looking at me and pointing at me. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
it
I
was,
love that for
it
you.
was really, really awesome. Like that is just so iconic. I
So-
can't believe that's me.
That's is he like? I was gonna say your top 5 list. Someone that you would want to meet. Is this the person you would want to meet?
I would for sure want to meet him. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
really awesome. I definitely have like a list of other people that I'm dying to meet.
Yeah, like who's on your list?
Yeah,
Adam Sandler.
Adam
Hi.
Sandler.
Come
Yeah,
on.
yeah, he's great.
I love Adam Sandler. I definitely want to meet Taylor Swift. Like I am a massive Swiftie. But like acting wise, probably Adam Sandler.
Have you ever tried to DM them or connect with them in any way?
I feel like when I first started like posting on social media, and now, not to say like I would ever actually meet Adam Sandler, but I think like a great example is Shawn Mendes. Okay. I
Okay.
DM'd this guy when I was 12 being like, oh my God, like I'm your future wife. Hey. But now I'm like, if I ever actually met him and he opened my DM, I'd be like, oh, like, oh
Yeah.
my God. Yeah. So I feel like I do
Oh,
DM
man.
people, but now I'm like more hesitant. Of it.
More hesitant.
Right, right.
Like,
You're
what if
not-
we actually meet and then they see it and I'm like, oh my God.
I
get
mean,
me
a
out
little
of
bit
here.
different at this stage to be like, I'm your future wife.
Yeah.
Like to DM people. Yeah, a little bit
You still
different.
put it out there.
It's all- yeah.
You know, we've met a lot of people. Who's
Sure.
your that you haven't met? I'm so curious.
Oh, who that? You know what? Conan O'Brien.
Really?
Yes,
He's
yes.
always,
Yeah, it's always, and when we were doing the show before, and we would do junkets and carpets and all
yeah.
this stuff, and you really have a moment to sit and think about it. It's only when we would do those little like one-on-one things, like Tony would direct or whatever,
Yeah.
where they'd ask, and I'd have to sit and think about like, oh, well, who have I met? Because I don't
Yeah.
remember who I've met.
Mhm.
And who is still on the list? But it's always Conan O'Brien. I just think he's a genius. I think he's like inspired so many people to get into the funny business, I guess, or to try it. And like, he's just, man, he's the GOAT.
Yeah.
That guy. You?
Yeah. Ooh.
I'm like, who's your person?
Who's your
Jimmy
person?
Kimmel.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I know.
We're both talkers.
Yeah.
So we both like
Oh my
people
God,
that
he just wants
talk.
to- Or Tiger Woods.
Yeah,
I just find him
Yeah.
so fascinating. So it's just, So that's so interesting.
So
okay.
have you not met Sean yet?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's gotta happen.
No.
It's coming. It's gotta happen.
These guys are,
It's gotta happen.
they're,
He's so nice.
He's such
Is
a
he?
nice guy.
Yeah,
He's
he's
the
so
nicest
nice.
guy in the
Any
world.
Canadian, I'm just like,
He's
if I meet them,
Canadian,
I know
yeah.
they're just gonna be like the
This is
sweetest
true.
ever.
Yeah. You can
Everywhere I
always say it.
travel, as soon as I meet like another Canadian, I'm like, okay, I just know you're Canadian.
Yeah,
you'll
no,
find that
so,
out
so
too.
true.
When you go on your trips with other influencers, are they international or are they mostly Canadians that are going with you?
Some trips are like all over Europe. Like I've met a lot of European creators
Yeah.
and then Americans, but for the most part, what I've learned is like I just went on a cruise and there was 200 American creators and 5 Canadians.
Wow. Okay.
So Canada is still very underrepresented.
Yeah.
Like on every trip, there's like for every literally hundreds of Americans, there's like a couple Canadians, and it's usually all like the same Canadian creators every time.
Mm-hmm.
But it is obviously nice to meet Canadian creators when I go to like events in Toronto and stuff.
So when this became your career, I'm assuming you got an agent. How do you monetize
I
on
got
social
a-
media?
Like, so I started posting on TikTok, and then I got a random DM from a manager when I had 150K, and they're from LA. I'm like, it's got to be a scam.
Right.
Mm.
But I have signed with, like, they're called Mismanaged, and I have been with them for 5 years now.
Congratulations.
Like, it is just
yeah.
a lot of like influencers are go like back and forth trying to find like the perfect manager. But I'm like so lucky that I found the perfect 2 amazing women on the first shot.
That's
And we have
amazing.
been together since 150K on TikTok.
That's
so
crazy.
So they saw you and they got you.
they really
immediately.
believed in me. And they were
Yeah.
like, you know what? This girl can do it. And then we had a call. And I remember I got off the call and I was like, my mom was there sitting with me like when I did the call.
Mhm.
I was like, holy shit, is this gonna be something? And I'm used to like a $300 paycheck from Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
Then I'm like,
Right.
wait, what do they mean? I can have a brand deal. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's like, as long as this meant I didn't have to flip blizzards, I'm like, I'll do it. I'll do it. This is amazing.
So for people who want to join, like learn about what you're doing, so you get this agent. How does that work? Do they bring brands to you? Do they tell you what to post? How the creative aspect of it?
It's definitely different for everybody, but from my experience, like when I first started, I had my manager, so they were finding brand deals for me to like work with and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And they would just send it to me and say like, this is the brand, this is the product. Do you love it? Do you want to work with them? Should we chat and negotiate? But when I first started, I was like, I still am such a go-getter. I'm on LinkedIn messaging every person. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, this is the brand I want to work with. This is who does their marketing. How am I going to message her? So I would be messaging every company on Instagram, everyone on LinkedIn. Like you really just have to shoot your shot. And the worst thing that's going to happen is someone says no.
Right.
Or
Like,
not a response.
I've DM'd thousands of brands. Like, who cares if they don't
Yeah.
answer me back? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I want to work with them. I'm going to shoot my shot, and hopefully they want to work with me too. But I definitely also would say having a manager helps.
Yeah.
But it's not the only thing, obviously. You can,
For agents, for acting agents in Canada, there's like I can't remember what it's called, but there's a way to know that they're legit, right? There's like an organization and there's a way to know that they're legit. For social media, for branding, how did you know that you could trust these people that you were gonna sign with?
One, I was kind of like, listen, I don't know anyone. Beggars can't be choosers. So I was
Right.
like, I'm open.
Yeah.
But I definitely would like go through their Instagram, check their roster of like what other creators they work with, DM the other creators and ask them, is this legit? Like
Right.
definitely do your research because there's so many scammers out there for sure. Like I know so many of my friends have been scammed by people online,
Oh,
like
really?
saying they're a manager and like will end up just taking the money and leaving. But I would say DM the other creators, like do your research for sure. Don't just like
What was that big first brand that you worked with that you were just like, I can't believe this is happening?
I remember on the call with them, they were like, what's the biggest, craziest thing that you could do? I'm like, I want to work with American Eagle. Like that to me was just everything. And I remember after less than a year of working together, I did like a brand deal with American Eagle.
Very cool.
This is crazy. This is huge.
You manifested all that.
Yeah. And honestly, my managers like truly believe in me and everything I say and everything I want to do, that it's so nice to have people believing in you, because sometimes like I would feel not stupid, but it's like I was like 17-year-old girl from Ontario. Like, how am I going to be a Hollister model? Be so for real.
Right.
I would like get in my own head, but I have managers that I said to them, like, my goal, I want to be a Hollister model. And then obviously we both worked together, but like that happened this year. And I'm like, that is crazy.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Like,
amazing.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So it really speaks to this idea that not only do you need to dream about something and wish for something, speak it out loud.
Yeah.
But the big underlying thing or underline for me here is doing the legwork
Yeah.
and being okay with shooting your shot, putting yourself out there. Because again, like you said, they don't know you from anything.
Yeah.
So a no is just a no, but a yes means opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also
just
having
really-
people who believe in you, right?
Yeah.
Like those crazy ideas, and they're
Oh
like,
my
you
gosh,
need that
yeah.
person to say, okay, let's see how we're going to make this
Yeah.
happen,
Yeah.
right? That's
And,
really
like,
important.
Not even just your manager, but are your friends actually good people that care about what you're doing?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
yesterday, all my best friends showed up to support me at my premiere. You know what I mean? Like having that support system is insane versus having friends that are like, yeah, no, that's not happening. You can't do
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to pick the people you hang out with very wisely because you
Yeah.
just become those people.
Mhm.
I always think about that. I'm like, are they good people? Do I want to be like my friends?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
Love my friends for sure.
You need that energy around you.
For sure, yeah.
So going back to the premiere yesterday, live that moment for me.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, what's going on? This is crazy. Yeah.
Did you take it in, all that?
I definitely like took it in, but I'm such a person that like, while things are happening, I can't believe it's happening. And then it's over. I'm like, did that just happen? I'm like, I'm gonna need to rewatch those videos. Did that just happen?
Yeah.
Even like meeting Ryan, like I left, I'm like, wait a second. I'm like, he's in the notebook. Like, what's going on? Crazy. The premiere was so much fun.
Yeah.
All my friends, all my family came to support me. And I was so oddly nervous to show people this project that like
Right.
I've been working on this we talked about it in 2020. Like this has been going on. It's 2025. Like it's been like 5 years since we
Yeah.
started talking about this that I'm like, they're going to watch these episodes in front of me. And I already get so scared to hear my own voice on camera and stuff that I'm sitting there and I'm watching this. It's like on a big screen. I'm like, holy shit, that's me. Wait a second. I'm like, what's going on?
So for you, what was the big difference between the idea of like millions of people watching something that you do this afternoon and then this room of people watching something that you've been thinking about for 5 years?
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
200 people watching something made me more nervous than me posting a TikTok. And I'm like, some TikToks have like millions of views.
Right.
But like you just don't realize. And the biggest difference, in my opinion, is like on TikTok, it's me and my camera, mess up, delete it, do it again. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
And it's me and my camera. No one's actually looking at me in real life and be like, I really don't like that. Like I'm not getting a hate comment in real life. You know what I mean? I'm not getting any feedback in real life. But then watching this, like not only just I have worked so hard on this, but so many people in this project have worked so hard for this that I was nervous for me. I was nervous for them. I was nervous for the people on the show that were being interviewed and being so vulnerable and showing their flaws. Like that's got to be nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was so amazing. And I turned over and everyone was crying. I was like,
Hey,
that
that's
for
it.
something to be so like impactful that people around you are crying,
Yeah.
we did something right with that.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh,
Did you ever?
insane.
There was a video on TikTok, I think it was in 2021 in March or April. And you put yourself out there when you started. I think this was your pivotal moment when you really started talking about body positivity. And you put yourself showing your hair to showing the folds and all of that. And then your narrative kind of changed. You owned it.
Yeah.
Being that vulnerable how did you feel about that?
Fake it till you make it.
Really?
Make it.
Oh my gosh. When I was my most insecure, I was posting a line telling people like, this is exactly what you need to do to be confident.
Yeah.
And in the most insane way, I feel like I learned how to be confident by teaching other people how to be confident. Because as much as I was posting as if I loved every single thing about myself, I was learning with the people that I was teaching.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, I was faking it till I made it. Not to say anything I posted was like fake. Like it was so real and so relatable and so vulnerable. And I really, really taught myself how to love myself through teaching other people.
But was there also an element of like, once you put it out there, now you have to be responsible for it and responsible for the response because people are now being influenced by that. Was there an element of, well, now I'm responsible for it. I'm responsible for myself and I got to walk the walk as well.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm like, I can't hide behind it anymore because I've posted it. I have told every single person on the internet my insecurities. I can't hide behind it anymore.
Yeah.
And like, could I still be insecure about it? For sure. But would I rather sit there and hate myself or sit there and be like, you know what? This is me. This is life.
Yeah.
Like, this is life. I'm telling everyone else to be confident. I need to be confident.
Confident to put it
I'm
out
a
there.
girl. Sit up. Like, be confident, honestly.
Yeah. You did talk a lot about boys in the beginning and finding the right guy.
I actually have something
Oh,
that
God.
relates to that. This is very fun. We showed your first
Oh, God.
Instagram.
Oh, that one? Oh. High school era.
High school era. This is the first TikTok. That's the
Wow.
first
That's your
one.
first TikTok ever. Yeah.
Right?
High school era.
Yeah.
Which is so funny because I actually went to high school with my boyfriend.
Did you
No
really?
way. With your current
Was he
boyfriend
in it?
now?
My current boyfriend.
No, he's not in that. I'm like, is
No.
manifestation right there. But you did talk a lot about boys. Do you continue to talk about it in your relationships?
I talk about boys now in the way of like, this is what we're not going to accept from a boy.
Okay.
Like, I
Good.
definitely, through my life and dating, I learned everything I don't want for sure. And I think, you know what, if I had to go through that and learn those lessons, I can share it with other people so that they don't have to go through it as well. And now I definitely post, like, my boyfriend is incredible. He is amazing. And I feel like he's a great example for my friends, what they want in a boyfriend as well. Like, I definitely post about him now as the boy that I'm
Right.
talking about.
Yeah.
And
This is the
like
example of
sharing
what you
with
want.
girls.
So he's good with
Yeah.
you sharing about the relationship.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
not a social media person at all. He
Yeah.
doesn't
Right.
like post on TikTok or anything like that. And everyone always asks, like, is he a creator? He's not a
He's not.
creator, no. But he'll be in my videos because he loves me.
He's supportive.
He's so supportive.
I
So,
think
so,
one
so
of these is a
supportive.
photo
One of
of
them
him.
is-
You can
let's see if
find,
they're
yeah, he's
cute.
there somewhere.
Oh, no way.
That's kind of crazy.
Perfect.
That's actually kind of crazy.
That is kind of crazy that you
Wild.
picked it.
Wow. This is him. My man.
So he doesn't mind you talking about him.
Yeah, he doesn't mind. No,
Amazing.
not at all. Yeah,
Let's talk about him
I
then.
haven't
Let's
like
get it.
shared his name online or anything like
Right.
that. Just because some people be really creepy. I'm like, I don't need
Really?
them like
Yeah, safety.
searching where he works, showing up at his work or anything
Yeah.
like that. But he is comfortable with me posting him. It was like, well, I've known him since I was in grade 5.
Oh,
So I've known him
wow.
forever. And I actually hard launched him after 6 days of dating. And the hard launch was bringing him to my sister's wedding.
Amazing.
so what
yeah, great plan.
happened?
That's a really good one.
Yeah.
What did your mom say?
Well, they already knew him because I've known
Yeah.
him since grade 5. So
Yeah.
when I first started talking to him and like messaging him, his name showed up on my phone, and my brother's like, of course you're talking to him. Like
Right.
me and him we never dated, but we had like 2 other talking stages before where we would be like, I really like you. We should go on a date. But then we never hung out.
Yeah.
Just because of like distance. He was in university and I was far away. But then we finally started dating after knowing each other for literally like, I've known him for like the most that I can ever recall of my whole life. Like he's always
Right.
been in my life. I've always known him. But no, when I stared telling everyone we dated, they're like, yeah, of course.
Of
I
course,
could have guessed
expected
this.
it.
Like,
Of course.
come on.
And this
So you're
picture
in
is-
love now? And
I'm so in love. Oh my God.
How's it going?
He is the most amazing person in the entire world.
Yeah.
I'm like, I could honestly sit and do like a whole podcast series about
Him.
Ah.
Yeah, he's really, really amazing. And he's so supportive and like everything I could have ever dreamed of.
So when you say, when you talk about boys, and you talk about what we are not going to, what we want, what we don't want. How is he an example of the things that we want?
We want. So supportive, so consistent. Like he works so hard to like for his own goals that it motivates me so much. And like he is the kindest person ever. I know that even if I wasn't like in a room with him, I know that if there's like a lady who has to sit down on a bus, like he's moving. Like
Yeah.
immediately,
Yeah.
he's opening the door for everyone. He is just so kind. I always say like your friends, you should want to be like your friends. I want so many characteristics that he has. Like someone who's just so kind. He would never like speak down on me ever. You know what I mean? Like I'm literally like he is everything. I'm so in love
Does
with
he
him,
follow you on social media?
Yes. And the funniest thing is he has followed me since before this was my job.
Really?
You know what I mean? Like, because we went to high school together.
yeah.
I was really close friends with his younger brother all through high school. So like he would always be at my house. We'd always hang out. And then my older sister was friends with his brother as well. So we've always known each other. He's always followed me. He's seen me through working at Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
He's seen my cringy TikToks. He's seen it all. It's crazy.
So he's your day one. How often does he express, I guess, that he's proud of you for what you do, that he admires? Because when you're finding someone that you know that you click with, that you know that you work with, you can recognize the things in yourself that you don't have, but that you love and admire about someone else. And you just vocalize that about him.
Yeah.
What would he say about you?
Like we just speak so highly about each other all the time. Honestly, like even he came to the premiere yesterday and his entire family came with him. And I'm so lucky that like not just he's so supportive, but his entire family is so supportive of me. He just speaks so highly of me, honestly. And he's always asking me what my next goal is. He always cares about my career. I have always found like through dating and like I'm confident enough to say I've been successful in with what I'm doing. And I'm so, so proud of myself. And it's been so hard to find someone who could also be not intimidated by it. Like it's when you're young and you're dating and you're very confident and very passionate about what you're doing, it's been very hard to date a guy who isn't like trying to tear you down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like be confident, but don't be too confident. Be successful, but don't be too successful. Like a lot of men I find through dating don't want you to be successful because they want it to be like their success. But he's so successful in his career. I'm successful in mine and we can just be successful together.
Yeah.
And like, I'm so interested in what he's doing. Like he works in finance and I'm like, this is crazy. You're so smart. What the heck?
Right.
I'm so creative and you're so good with numbers. This is amazing.
Yeah, it's perfect.
It's just awesome to like be with someone who really wants me to follow my dreams.
Yeah.
You know?
Spencer, you get a smile every time you get excited about things. I don't know if you know that. You get into this beautiful, like large smile. Like that. That's it. That's it. You have this look and I love that.
Yeah.
You can feel the energy from that. I love that for you. All right, let's do one more.
Yeah.
All right.
Keep going.
Oh, fit queen.
Fit queen, also fit queen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I post a lot of like photos of like reality versus like Instagram and all that. And I also wanted to post like a working out one because it's so strange to me. So I love doing Pilates.
Yeah.
And whenever I work out, people are like, well, I thought you loved yourself. Like, why are you working out? I'm like, I'm working out because I love myself. Like every time I post about working out, people are like, oh yeah, Spencer's trying to lose weight now. She's always hated herself. Like, this is true. But I'm like, I'm working out because I love myself.
Right.
Like I used to always work out because I hated myself. And I would work out because I hated my body and wanted to change it. And now it's like, I'm working out because I love my body so much. Why the heck would I not want to move it?
Right.
You know what I mean? And there's such a like Pilates body type where like people are more like smaller and toned than I am. And I love that I've been able to post. And if people are like, oh, you don't have Pilates body. Okay, what the hell is a Pilates body?
Exactly.
I'm doing Pilates and I have a body. So shut up.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm doing Pilates and I have a body. Shut up.
You know, when we talk about body positivity, how do you define that? Because you just brought something up really important.
I feel like it's the same as when I post about people like, oh, a bikini body. I'm like, well, I own a bikini, I got a body. It's a bikini body.
Right.
Like, I think I talk more about body image, I would say, and being like, you can't be your biggest critic and you have to be nice to yourself. And I want to post the good and the bad because I'm like, I even say that's not even bad. Like, I just want to post the reality. Like, oh my gosh, the first time I posted my back hair online, I'm like, oh shit. I can't hide behind this anymore. But I'm Portuguese. Like, I have a lot of body hair.
Got it.
Like, I have body hair. I grew up like when I was 10 years old, I'm like, Mom, please let me nair my legs. I can't shave yet. Please let me nair my legs. And I was always so embarrassed of it. I felt like I was the only girl in my class who had arm hair. And then everyone started shaving their arms. I'm like, oh wait, is this what we're doing now? Like, what's going on? So I've just always wanted to post the everything, honestly. And I think body positivity, self-love is just loving yourself the way that you are. And yeah, I shave my armpits. Doesn't mean that I'm like, oh shit, I'm so insecure about my armpits. It's just what I choose to do for myself.
Right.
I'm not posting online being like, you need to shave your legs.
Yeah.
Like I shave my legs because I want to shave my legs, but I'm not making you shave your legs. Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of, I'd say body positivity is like staying in your own lane.
Stay in your own lane.
Like I'm
own
going to stay
lane.
in my own lane. I don't really care what anyone else is doing with their body.
I think it's interesting that the conversation you were having about like the bikini body and the Pilates body, my daughter, who is going to be 12 very soon, is starting to notice all those things about like essentially how she's being marketed to. How like everything is supposed to, she's supposed to feel bad about something so that she can spend money on it. To make herself feel better.
It's all like, someone's just trying to sell a product to you always.
Always.
And I'm like, I'm not giving you my damn money. Like, honestly, society is teaching you insecurities that you never even had.
Right.
When I think back to insecurities, I'm like, wait, I was never insecure about my arms. Why do I all of a sudden think I have fat arms and I need to do these workouts? Like, what's going on?
Right.
You are taught to have almost all of your insecurities. It's because somebody else pointed it out. Like, I used to be so ashamed of having a big forehead because all through high school, people would say like, oh, you have a big forehead. And then I sat down and I was like, I don't even think I have a big forehead. Like, I
Kids
just
can be so mean.
You get
Just be so
taught
mean,
by everyone
yeah.
else.
Yeah.
And then it's like just trying to like, it's like consumerism of like people trying to sell you things like, oh, now you need laser hair removal. Now you need to shave this. Now you need to buy this. You need to eat this kind of thing. Like it's all someone teaching you things that you need and things that are wrong with you. But there's nothing wrong with you.
Yeah.
Like I constantly felt like there was always something wrong with me.
Right.
I'm like, how could there even be something wrong with me? Like there's nothing wrong with you. You don't have to change. You're not a self-improvement project. You don't have to change everything about yourself all the time. I just went off on.
No,
that's
perfect.
good.
I love that.
It's really good because you're really essentially saying to all of us that you love yourself for who you are.
Like it's so easy for you to love your best friend. I love my sister. I love my mom. I'm not looking at them being like, oh, but I would love her more if she did this.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean? So why am I looking at myself and being like, I would love you more if that. Like my boyfriend wouldn't love me more if I gained 5 pounds or lost 5 pounds. He doesn't care. He just loves me.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So why am I being like, oh, I'm only worthy of this if I lose 5 pounds? It's 5 pounds. Like there's so much more going on in the world.
and you're taking care of your body through Pilates and
I
what
work
you
out.
love.
Like even when I get so many hate comments and people being like, oh, I literally get hate comments that I'm morbidly obese. I'm like, okay, come on. I literally do Pilates 4 times a week. Like I work out, I eat to fuel my body. I wake up in the morning with so much energy to do so many things. And that's what life is about to me.
Yeah, I love
Like
that.
that's life to me.
Yeah.
You know?
Also so essentially what you're doing, your voice is this counter programming to a million voices that are cascading on people, young women specifically, especially about what the expectations are. And with you, and who else do you find kinship with in your message of being like, love yourself, nothing is wrong with you?
Like who do I follow that I love that does that?
Yeah, and who do you follow? Who do you discuss this with?
Honestly say like, I obviously follow a lot of amazing creators online, but it's just like the group of people I surround myself with. Like my friends, incredible. My sister, I always tell her that I learned so much of my confidence from her. Like it's the people around you, like my mom, all the women around me, honestly, is who I've just like bounced these ideas off of. And like just, like I said, sometimes you need to just touch grass, like get off your phone, sit down, talk to your best friend and be like, hey, this is how I'm feeling about me. And then my friend's like, oh my gosh, I'm in my luteal phase too and I hate myself right now. Like this is what's going on. And I'm like, okay, we don't hate ourselves, we're just in our luteal phase.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes it's just talk to the people around you. You know what I mean? Like I do also follow a bunch of amazing creators who I'm quite literally blanking. First Papaya, I love. She's Canadian.
Sarah!
Love her.
Yeah, love
absolutely
her.
love her. There's so many amazing, amazing creators online. You just have to find them. And then when you find them, like hold them close.
I mean, your voice is so important right now because we were just talking about Hollywood and how everyone is slimming down, using Ozempic, not really saying what they're doing and not being truthful about it. And it's making an impact on young girls especially, right?
For sure.
And so your voice saying, love yourself, do your Pilates, take care of yourself the way you want to take care of yourself, right? So it's very powerful to do that right now.
It's like, I would rather have an obsession with being healthy and having energy to get up every morning to follow my dreams and chase them down than slim myself down as tiny as I could be. Like that to me is not my goal at all. You know what I mean? Like I would rather have energy to go do the things I love and move my body and go on walks with my friends and go work out together
Yeah.
and go enjoy a meal and get dinner and not be stressed about how many calories is in this meal, because that to me is more healthy than being stressed about what's in my food.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Well
Like
said,
I'd rather
yeah.
just be able to, yeah, of course, let's go grab dinner together. Like, let's go chat. Let's do that. Then be like, oh shit, I got to look at the menu before. I got to see how many calories is in this. I got to, like that
Yeah.
to me is not healthy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I don't want to carry, there's so much stress in life. I'm like, I don't need to carry that
That's
stress.
the last
Yeah.
thing you want. You got to enjoy it, right?
Yeah,
Live life,
I
love
need
life.
to enjoy my
Yeah.
life. Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to do a quick game with you.
Okay. I'm ready.
The acronym game.
Okay.
I'm going to give you some acronyms.
Okay.
We don't know what these are, but you could tell
I mean,
us what
speak
they
for yourself. I haven't seen-
you know
I
what?
haven't
I'm
seen
gonna
them
ask
all.
you too.
Okay, I
Okay.
hope I know
Ready?
these.
Let's see who gets it
Okay.
first. NSFW.
Not safe for work. NSFW.
NSFW?
That's right.
Yeah.
Wait,
got
am
it.
I supposed to know? Like, is this like a
This
popular
is like a, this is like a pop
Popular
quiz.
acronyms
Yeah.
people use.
FW?
I
Do I
don't-
live under a
Not
rock?
safe for work.
Well, to
What
be
does it
fair,
say? What is
NSFW is not safe for work.
That's
so
on
it's,
our emails more, right?
but that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
That's kind of corporate thing.
I was
because
gonna say I
don't
have
wanna
never
email
worked corporate,
someone-
guys. I
Yeah.
don't know.
we should ask your
Don't email
boyfriend.
them
I'm more
something
like
NSFW at work.
So that's
Exactly.
maybe why we don't know these. Okay,
Oh.
GOAT.
Goat.
Oh, go. Guys,
Go.
maybe I need to see it in front of me.
You should have put up big billboards.
Goat.
The goat.
Goat. Okay.
Oh, forget it. SMB.
SMB?
Super Mario Brothers.
Small and mighty.
SMB?
Yeah.
Small but mighty?
No, it says
SMB?
small and mighty. This failed.
Guys, I'm like, I don't know these. Maybe I
Go-
live
I don't
under a
go
either.
rock.
SMH.
Shaking my
Shake my
head.
head.
Okay.
There you go.
NFS. Not for sale. Forget that one.
Not for sale.
TIL.
Today I learned.
Yes.
Guys, I don't know
I feel like
any
this
of
is a
these.
quiz for me.
Yeah.
IDGAF.
I don't give a.
I don't give a.
I don't give a fuck.
This
Yeah.
is really showing
like,
how
can I
much
say I don't
time
give a-
I spend online. I'm like, I'm consistently always online. if
Which
I know
one's the one I
everything.
learned today? The one I just learned?
I don't
Oh.
remember.
RBF.
RBF.
Resting
Oh,
bitch
yeah.
face.
Yeah, I just
She
learned
knows
that.
one,
feel like-
RBF.
My like TikTok Gen Z brain, we more like have weird words, if that makes
What's
sense.
weird
Like,
words? Give me,
I
okay, give us, yeah, tell us.
Like, okay, there's this creator who's really popular and he goes by Puchina. So if something's like really fine, he's like, that's Puchina. But if it's like not the vibe, that's Punati. It's more, or like Chugi. Like, oh my
sounds so dirty
when
to me.
Right. It
when
does.
I talk in front of my sister, she literally
Yeah.
looks at me, she's like, I have no idea what you're saying right now. Like, I'll
That
just
is
have
the weirdest
phrases.
thing.
You
I
have a big,
literally
like, there's a
speak
big
in brain
generational
rot.
gap.
Yeah, I speak in brain rot, honestly.
You speak in
I
brain
love
rot.
it.
Like
right.
even brain rot, I feel like is like
That's,
a
but that's
thing.
it too. That's stuff that's like,
Yeah.
it's not acronyms. It's more
Yeah.
things
It's more
that-
like
I don't-
Puchina,
yeah.
Punati,
Yeah.
Chugi.
That sounds so
Chugi is like
Chugi, yeah. But Chugi used to be used to just describe millennials in general. Like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
Chugi. Like
Yeah.
you're
That's
wearing
so
this and you're
Chugi,
drinking
yeah.
that. That's Chugi.
You
Yeah.
know, with everything that's happening for you, all the brand deals to where you're going, you're like just going this way, right?
I hope so.
You are. You are.
Feels like it.
What
Looks
do you
like it.
manifest for yourself in the next 5 years?
Ooh, lots of travel still. Like
Yeah.
I am obsessed with traveling so much. I just did my Hollister bikini line. I would love to work with Hollister again on like a Curve Love jean line is what I'm manifesting.
Mhm.
It's not even in the works, so I'm like
Put it out
hoping
there.
It's
for
right.
it.
You got to start somewhere.
Yeah, I'm hoping that Flawed is going to have another season so that we can share even more people's stories. Just a lot of traveling and being true to myself. I would love to have a podcast because I don't know how to shut up. So I'm like, I think it would be good. I would love that so much. But mainly like just a lot of traveling. And like I said, I recently moved to like be closer to my family. So it'd be
Yeah.
nice to like see my family more.
Yeah.
Because I spent years like living 4 hours away from
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
So just having my relationships, honestly.
Yeah.
And like I
What
just
is-
see myself
I
traveling.
was
a lot.
hoping you were going to say acting. I feel like you're going to Hollywood very soon.
It's so weird. I always come on and off with acting. Like some months I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna be an actor. Like, oh my gosh. Even how like Noah Beck is in a movie. I'm like, maybe I could be like a TikToker turn how Addison Rae was in a
Sure.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, that would be cool. But then I already have an acting background to begin with. But the weirdest thing is, I feel like I'm so picky about what kind of acting I would want to do, if that makes sense. Like, I would
Yeah.
love to be in like a rom-com. Like that
Right.
would be
Yeah, why
so
not?
fun because I'm
Yeah.
just so positive. But if someone wanted me to be like a sad horror scary movie, I couldn't do it.
Are you
Really?
writing
That could be
though?
fun.
I couldn't do it.
Like, do you have? So, if you picture yourself in a rom com,
Mhm.
do you take the further step and picture what that character is and who that character is? Like, are you writing yourself?
So like I've even had sometimes talking through my like manager, and we've been like, you know what, maybe we should come up with a movie and pitch it. Like maybe we should just do that so that I'm already going to be in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, that's the
there you
easiest way to
go.
go about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly. So maybe.
And then Ryan Gosling's on the other side,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I could definitely see myself being in like a lighthearted movie.
Yeah.
And I would love that so much. Like I've always loved acting. I even started like with theater when I was younger. Like
Yeah.
I've always just loved anything on camera, and that would definitely be the next step. I think it's just, you know what? I talk the talk. I'm like, I need to walk the walk. I feel like it's just scary.
You could do
Like,
it.
oh, it's not even doing something new. It's
Everything
like,
you want is on the other side, right?
honestly.
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah.
yeah.
I love
I
that.
just haven't had like a lot of time over the last few years to like do any auditions or anything like that. Because I've been like traveling so much and stuff. But maybe when I start to like actually stay home more
A little bit. Yeah.
and I'm home more often, I
Yeah.
would love to do auditions, and like I could see a movie for sure, like a
I can see it
lighthearted,
too.
fun,
Yeah.
even if it was like a fun teen movie. I
Yeah.
would love that, like for the teens.
Well, it
Yeah.
feels like, honestly, sitting across from you, that it's all there for you.
Yeah.
I hope so.
We're
Yeah.
very proud of you. I'm
Thank
very
you so
excited for
much.
you. And
Thank you.
keep going.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
so
taking
much.
the time.